Che Donald joins us now, Vice Chair of the Police Federation of England and Wales. Che, we heard Cressida Dick there, seemingly baffled as to why police officers aren't included in prioritisation for coronavirus vaccines. Presumably you would echo her words.
Hi, good evening, Ian. If I'm brutally honest, I agree wholeheartedly with the comments that Dame Cressida Dick gave this morning on your programme. But I just want to add a bit of clarity around what we as the Police Federation are saying. Ben, earlier on the programme, summed it up quite nicely. We're not saying that police officers need to be pushed in front of those most vulnerable in society, as borne out by the death rates. What we're saying is government needs to make up their mind where police officers do sit. Because what we are facing is increasing levels of abstraction due to COVID-19. So at the moment, around about 10% of policing is currently off sick or currently self-isolating due to COVID-19. This figure, in my opinion, is only going to increase. And at what point do we have a police service that's unable to perform its core function by virtue of the fact that everyone is potentially off sick with this terrible virus?
Well, we had a caller on last night, right at the end of the programme, who's a Metropolitan Police officer, and he told me that where he serves, the two boroughs that he serves in London, I think he said normally there were 450 police officers available, and they now have 200 of them either self-isolating or with COVID, and they had 8 officers covering those two boroughs, covering 500,000 people in one night. Now, is that experience typical?
Well, no, that is not how it should normally be. And that 10% figure that I've given you is obviously a national figure. But what you will see is up and down the country, in differing towns, that number will vary dramatically. And as you know, you said 500,000 people, that is insufficient numbers to keep the public safe and to keep police officers safe. And we need to similarly remember that police officers are being overtly targeted in performing their role. Only last week we had an officer from Cambridge and an officer from Dorset who were spat at by offenders and have subsequently contracted coronavirus from that incident itself. So coronavirus is being weaponized against our members who are out there trying to perform a role under extremely difficult circumstances and are no doubt being placed at risk.